Hello visuals where, what the hell's my waistline getting wider? Well, it is, to be fair, but it's not the reason why I'm starting this video. The video's Pokemon. The fuck? Hello visuals, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Pokemon Thursday, where we're doing yet another list all about we're ranking Mr. Bean's greatest episodes. Haha, joked you again, not really, but we are here for another Pokemon list. I'm so good at pranks. That's not the right tune. Hashtag cringe. That's not even a hashtag. Is that close enough? We're continuing our journey of Pokemon lists, and this time I think we've got a really cool list we're going to do today, because we're going to take a look at every Pokemon region. We're going to disclude any Pokemon that live there, whatever generation it comes from, any battles that take place. We're going to talk more about the actual landscape of the regions and the layouts, the cities, how much has it got a lot of adventurous areas like jungly areas, snowy areas, water, Hoenn. We're going to talk all about that stuff, and we're going to list and rank down my favourite regions to explore as land. I think I just explained that a bit too simply, like you're idiots when I'm the one that's the idiot. Cool, because we can exclude everything that, so if Gen 3's your favourite because of the decks or the story or the protagonists, antagonists, Aqua shenanigans, Kyogre shit requires it, we can take all of it back and just go, which region did you like to explore? Which region did you like, if it's a newer one like the Paldea region, did you enjoy going through the skies? Or in Oras games, did you like flying around a Latios and Latias and it's going around the region of Hoenn in the sky? We're going to just take a look and see which region is the best to explore, well, for me, and then obviously you guys will tell us your lists in the comments below, and probably most likely do a much better list with more detail. That's what usually happens, because smart, a dumb. Anyway, visuals, we know the rules, we know the stipulations. I can't wait to see the comments. And to quickly note, I'll shout out now, thank you so much for all the comments and whatnot on like the last few Pokemon list videos. This little weird Pokemon list series, all the way from favourite type-ins to least favourite type-ins. Did we not do that in the same video? To favourite Pokemon from each type, and all these sort of categories of videos we've been doing for the past few weeks, maybe even months. It's been really awesome and been really fun. If you've got any other list suggestions as well, let me know in the comments below. That's a hint for me being like, I'm running out of list ideas. But also, just the way you've been schooling me in the comments with your lists and this and that and reasons why this. It's been beautiful to watch. I don't care if you agree, I don't care if you disagree. I just want to hear what you've got to say. So thank you for all the support on that. But anyway, visuals, let's go take a look at, well, it's the top 9, isn't it? Every region ranked from least favourite to favourite for Dan from the visual guys. Why did I need to tell you that bit? First off, well, unfortunately, I'm going to go down and say Sinnoh. Sinnoh is definitely my least favourite region to explore. Yes, when we go explore it in its Hisui style, it's a lot better for me. I prefer the landscape of Hisui than I do to Sinnoh. I know stuff's changed because they've added cities and towns and buildings and whatnot, but Sinnoh in itself, it just seemed a bit flat and a bit basic. Yes, we had our snowy area. Yes, I didn't mind exploring the little lakes, with the lake trio and all that carry on, but the early routes felt a bit unimaginative to me. They felt a little bit flat. They felt a little bit lackluster. There wasn't that awe I get from early sort of routes. There wasn't that awe that I get from late sort of routes. There wasn't that feeling of adventure and wonder when I got it. It felt like we were getting to places really quick and whatnot. So I don't know. The whole region as itself, like I said, apart from when we explore it in its Hisui form, yes, the regions have forms now, I guess. It was definitely a lot better, but when we're just chilling in Sinnoh, it just seems a bit flat and dead, and I get really annoyed when we have to deal with the snow. It is Unova. Now, I do like the Unova region, even though I'm not really the biggest Gen 5 guy. I do like the Unova region in terms of the architecture, the architecture around it all. The story that's going on inside Unova, I really don't mind. And I really do like the different bridge concepts. Yes, we know that it's based on New York City and whatnot, but I think maybe it's one of them regions. It does have a lot of adventure, what I keep calling adventure sort of areas, with your grassy areas or interaction with desert sort of areas. It does have a lot of them, but it just felt a little bit too, I'm saying like Sinnoh basically, I was saying it was too scarce with not enough, going on, it was a bit flat. This kind of feels, it's too far to one side where it was too much life, if that makes sense. There was too much building these sort of areas. There wasn't enough exploration to go around. Yes, I know as well, a lot of these regions, because the anime and whatnot, and the manga explore them more as an actual a region of just wildlife and whatnot, whereas the games, they do have to tone it down a little bit because it's just on the little game. I completely get that. But it just felt like there was a bit too much hectic hustle bustle and life going on. I wanted to get away sort of from the buildings every now and then. Maybe I'm not remembering it as bad as well because it's been a little while since I've done the Unova games and stuff. So maybe I'm judging it a bit too harsh. But even so, there's not a single standout area inside of Unova that really like takes my interest. Like I said, I do like the bridge stuff and whatnot. I just felt like it was a bit too human building involved shenanigans, if that makes any sense. Next up is Kalos. Now, I really enjoyed Kalos, especially the early sort of routes. And I liked when we started to go along and we would go on like the Rhyhorns and stuff and wander around and start, climbing on shit and do all the rock stuff. I didn't mind Lumio City. I don't know if it was a bit too big to explore. There was a lot of alleyways, there was a lot of in and outs, there was a lot of, okay, what's going on there? But it felt like a big central hub to the region of this big, illustrious, well put together city. But then you would go to your different areas and then sort of you pivot back, you'd continuously come back and forward. It was always the center point of the Kalos region and whatnot. But they did have a lot of like the water sides where, where you'd eventually get your fossils and all that, and exploring them sort of areas inside Kalos were really great. I can't remember which route it is now. The bit where you could grind on the different railings and whatnot. That route as well was absolutely beautiful. Exploring the lustrous grounds of the castle and whatnot were absolutely fantastic and fun. But I guess Lumio City was always a part of the region that always, it felt like just a little bit of a chore, because me being a stupid OCD brain, when I get to every city, no matter how many times I played a Pokémon game, I have to explore, and keep going around it and speak to everyone and see everyone. Even though I've done it many times, I have to do it again, and it always felt like a bit of a chore. So it was like, the region's beautiful, we have this amazing city in the middle, but maybe just tone it down a little bit. It'll be a little bit different in Legends when we get there down there, whenever it comes out, 2036 is it out, whatever year it's meant to be out, because from what we can tell and what we've been told, we're just in the city, so that's where we are exploring, so I'm fine with that. But when we had to get to it and explore it, I always felt a little bit like, here we go again, alleyway. It was a little bit meh, but the region is a beautiful landscape, and it is a nice region to explore. Number 6 is Hoenn. Now, this is where the list is getting really tough. I do love the landscape and the region of Hoenn. Yes, I do agree in the massive meme that there is too much water, because again, like me, I like to explore it. Like me, what the fuck am I saying? I like to explore everywhere and take a look everywhere. It is a little bit overwhelming when you get to the water section, but if I was actually, if I'm putting my mind into the world of Pokemon and I'm exploring it, I'll be having a shit time, because I'm terrified of water. There'll be Sharpedos trying to rip my face off and stuff. But it is a really fun place to explore underwater caves and whatnot. But then there's not only that, we have our lovely sort of volcano-y kind of areas. The early routes are absolutely awesome in the Hoenn region. In the middle, it always felt like a lot of the towns and the layout and the landscape were integrated into the actual region itself, which I absolutely adore. I can't remember the fucking name of the town now where Kecleon is. Yes, with the beautiful music, where they're all in the trees and whatnot, but it felt like it was all intertwined and it was one, and it was symbiotic. It was very much Eddie Brock and Venom. It was beautiful to explore, despite me fucking forgetting the names of places, and just to go around and look around. It was a really fun region to explore. Yes, the water is a little bit tedious, but once you get into the groove of it and you're chilling along, sometimes I'll have a podcast on or whatever, or we're just chilling, we're going along, we're doing our bits, we're doing our battles, we're exploring and stuff. It was absolutely fun. And next up, it is Johto. Now, I know when I say Johto and then eventually Kanto, I might be a little bit of a hypocrite, because I mentioned Unova being a bit too much life and not enough sort of areas to explore and whatnot. And once again, it is because the games had to, tone stuff a little bit down for us to explore, because of, the devices they were first released on and all that carry on. But The life with Johto is absolutely beautiful because of the story. Everywhere, pretty much every town and every little sort of bit feels like it's a part of the history and the story, the overall story that's being told of the Johto region. And if you're somebody like me that loves like the history and the art style and whatnot of Japan, like we've just been exploring with I'm pointing at the TV like it's on, the recent series of Shogun, it's so beautiful. The music intertwined with the landscapes, going up to the Lake of Rage, the climb up to Mount Silver, looking at our different towers and the story of Ho-Oh and the Beasts, or Whirl Islands, and go to find Lugia and stuff, and the Geisha Girls, and I don't know, all of that, and the region itself, it all blended and blended and came together so beautifully and so nice. And it's such a relaxing region to go around. It's just so beautiful and so unique in terms of its rich history. Yes, a lot of the regions have history, but I feel like Johto has an illustrious, beautiful history to explore, that hopefully one day we do get a Legends Johto game or whatever they want to do. Yeah. Hilex Forest and all that stuff, Celebi doing its shenanigans. But I think the Johto region, because of its beautiful history, and like I said, when you see crumbled buildings and whatnot, the beasts are coming out and swimming around Whirl Islands, even though sometimes they are a bit of a nightmare to traverse, and I forget sometimes, even though we've done it loads of times, Mount Silver and that, the lake. I've always adored the ascent up to the Lake of Rage, and like my little inner child in my head being like, oh, there's this dwelling, powerful sea serpent creature inside this lake, oh, it's a shiny, but it's always been amazing to me. I'll hold my hand up with this one and admit it's a little bit biased, I guess, this one, because I'm a Gen 1 kid, it's Kanto, and I have a lot of fond memories going around the Kanto region, where we're on Cycle Road, or we're going through Rock Tunnel, or we're on our way to Cinnabar Island, whichever it may be, you know, through, we're dossing about in Pewter City, wherever we are. It's the Safari Zone. I fucking have so many fond memories of the Safari Zone, thinking that every Pokemon I encounter there is a badass legendary when I was a lot younger, thinking, like, oh, this and all that. Amazing. But yes, the Kanto region is very much mostly cities and towns, and your little routes of where you'd catch stuff or you'd interact with different Pokemon isn't very big. I mean, to be fair, Victory Road has a decent amount of, especially when you get through the different guards and whatnot. You got a little bit of adventure-y sort of feeling there. You have to sometimes surf, some walk. Victory Road, the cave itself, is fun, but it's got a lot of cool interaction and unique points. The power plant being amazing. Eventually finding Articuno, little bastard. Moltres being on the way to Victory Road. The Cerulean Cave. Cerulean Cave. Mewtwo. I can't remember anything today. I'm a fucking idiot. Pallet Town. Pallet Town just being this little village where it felt like all of my little Pokemon dreams and adventures were starting. Every time I imagine a starting village or a starting town, I always imagine Pallet Town. And I know as well, I always have fond memories of the anime being tied in with the game and that, and feel like I'm traveling through that ways and stuff. And again, it had to be mega condensed being the first Pokemon game, so they couldn't explore it that much. I guess you could say there's a bit more adventure-y in the Let's Go stuff when they've been able to evolve the Kanto region a bit more. But yeah, I will happily admit I'm probably being mega biased when I'm saying Kanto region at number 4. And number 3, it's the Paldea region, the newest region to be added to the world of Pokemon. And whatever you want to say about the Paldean games, or the Paldean decks, or the storylines, or the rivals, or the team, whatever you want to say, we have to admit it is a beautiful landscape to explore, from massive snowy mountains to deserty sort of areas to the beautiful lake at the top of the Paldea region. It's so frigging cool. Not even to mention that we have a massive hole in the middle that we can go down and explore this weird, wonderful world of crystals and caves and waterfalls. And it's when you want to go on a Pokemon adventure and you want to have a look around. It's what I want to do. It's so beautiful. The fact that you can go from these quite big towns, but then you've got all this landscape, and then another quite big town, but then all this landscape. It all, again, I know that it's got the benefit of being the newest game on the newest console. With it could be bigger, and it can expand a bit more. But even inside of the DLCs, going to the Kitakami and all that stuff, going to our second school, and exploring inside of this dome under the ocean full of these different wildlife areas and stuff. It's just, when I think Pokemon Adventure, I see jungles and streams and waterfalls and hills and mountains, and that's all this region gives you. It gives you every single bit of that. So yeah, the Paldea region is absolutely beautiful. 2 is the Galar region, as it starts to rain outside. I don't know why you needed to know that, but I'm telling you anyway. The Galar region is fucking phenomenal. I don't know if I'm making this number 2 because I'm British, and obviously when I'm playing these games, I can identify and see things and be like, oh, that's very, yeah, I've sort of walked down places like that myself. I've been here, I've been there, I've done that. And it all has this familiarity, if that's the right way of saying it, to it. And it just feels like we are at home. If I'm ever going to be able to have a real life world Pokemon adventure as a British person, this is the closest I'll ever get inside of the Galar region. But not only that, just like Johto, you can sense a real rich history inside of the region of Galar, with the architecture, the way the buildings are integrated, where the bridges going over the wild area and stuff like that. It's all absolutely phenomenal. We do have a shitload, even in the routes, a lot of these great areas to traverse through, caves and caverns and sort of like old mining sort of bits and stuff like that. The sea cities, or the ones that are more out like fishing villages and stuff like that. It's just a beautiful, beautiful place to explore. Then we've got our big, even though London and Britain would be down, but we go up, don't we? Our version of London at the top, so you've got the big city life, but it's surrounded by beautiful wildlife. It's an amazing region to explore. But like I said, walking through, seeing these little bridges, farmlands with wooloos, sheep, wandering about and stuff, little local villages with the Poké Centres looking like little taverns and little pubs and stuff. Again, a very British thing. It just had a lot of familiarity to it, and it felt like I was exploring my actual country. So yeah, number 2, Galar. 1 is the Alola region. Now, Alola, for me, ticks every single box that I want. We have these lovely sunny beaches. We've got these crazy, beautiful, amazing jungles. We've got these really amazing sort of water features and water bits, especially where we're meeting Wishy-Washy and stuff. Like the jungles, snowy areas for anyone that likes the snowy mountainy areas. It just felt like everything was so ingrained, and I don't think I knew it at the time, but if I was to a base somewhere that has the ultimate Pokemon adventure feeling to me, I would have said, yeah, Hawaii, you're absolutely right. Like, I wouldn't have thought that, but now somebody said Hawaii, Pokemon region, Pokemon area, I'm like, that is perfect. It hits a bit of everything. And as well, for most of my life, I've always wanted to have enough money to explore Hawaii itself. You know, the volcanoes, the waterfalls, and all that kind of carry on. The beautiful, beautiful beaches. Explore all of that as like a real adventure. And when they said that the next Pokemon game, well, at the time, is going to be Alola and it's going to be based on Hawaii, I was like, that makes perfect sense. It makes all of my little Pokemon adventure senses or whatever tingle. But like, yeah, absolutely amazing. You can see bug stuff there, or I can see things flying through the sky, or I can see some great water creatures. And I can embody and imagine everything that comes along with it, and it all just, to me, it just makes perfect sense, and it just feels like a genuine real life landscape that is ideal for what I see in my head as a Pokemon adventure. Now, obviously, don't get us wrong, everybody in their head, what a Pokemon adventure should be will be different. We'll probably debate and argue in the comments about, well, you know, if it feels more and blah blah blah. But in my head, when I think Pokemon adventure, I think the real world area of Hawaii is absolutely spot on. So Alola, number 1. We have it, visuals. That was my favourite Pokemon regions ranked from worst. Why do I need to explain that bit? We've just explained it. I'm 100% guaranteed a lot of you are going to come with... I'm sorry that I'm forgetting where everywhere is today. I don't think I'm just really, really tired this week. I don't know. I'm just sorry if I forgot where everything was fucking cool, but it's okay. You little legends are going to get the comments below, and you're going to school me anyway, and you're going to say this because of this and this because of that, and I cannot wait to hear your explanations. But I feel like I've justified my reasons enough there. Probably didn't articulate it very well. I can't do normal English words. We're a YouTube channel that's at the bottom of the barrel, you know, with the grime and the slime at the bottom that you just sort of pick and go, the fuck's this left over? You can see why this is us. But fuck it, YOLO, who cares? We're having fun. But yes, my reasons, my regions. Let me know yours in the comments below, but more importantly, visuals. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are literally the fucking best. We'll always keep being you and keep on keeping on.